I'm Nash.
And I'm Kim.
And this is Rusty.
We're here in beautiful Joshua Tree. We just finished a hike and we decided to give you a little tour of our VW bus just before the sunset hits. And let's get started. So welcome to our home. This is basically our kitchen, our living room, and our bedroom all in one. We have a little kitchenette over here. We have a bunch of spices over here. And then we have our plates and our cups in here. And then we have a little bit of storage. We don't actually have a cooler or we don't have a refrigerator. So we kind of just buy everything like how we need it. And it stays pretty cool down there. So we have made it work for the last 6 years. So it's been working. We have a kitchenette over here. This is where we cook. This goes by gas that we turn on at the bottom of our van.
Yeah, we have about a 3-gallon tank down here, which we can refill.
And then we have a sink here that Nash built in with his dad when we restored our van. It is basically, it pumps up the water from a 5-gallon water tank that's below. And it really teaches you how to appreciate water and how to use it wisely. Yeah, maybe you want to talk a little bit of the built-in. Nash basically built this entire cabinet. He got this wooden piece from a friend.
Yeah, mesquite.
Yeah.
It's really nice wood. And then on the floor we have bamboo wooden flooring. Really durable, which is nice because even after 6 years it looks still pretty good.
Yeah, and it just gives it a little bit more of a homey feel. And we didn't really rebuild that much of the van. I mean, we took basically, oh yeah, that's like a big one here. When we bought the van, the guy had built in a swamp cooler and it did not work.
Yeah.
So we were like, what are we gonna do with a hole in the roof? So we had to replace the entire roof. It's not done perfectly, and you can kind of see it over here. But we ended up putting in a skylight, which has been really amazing because we can see the sky from the bed.
So, as you can see, currently it's just a couch, but it is also our bed. So the cool thing is it folds down like this, and then we can sleep back here. Ah, so nice. But how the bed works is we actually built this part ourselves. Down here there's 3/4 inch plywood sections, so we have 3 sections. And then right here we have a piano hinge, which allows it to bend. And then for the upholstery, we use just some heavy-duty fabric, memory foam, and then just stapled it to each of the sections before we actually built it. And then you can see down in here we have some storage for our pants, and then we actually have storage everywhere.
Yeah.
We have too much stuff, but honestly when you're living in a van, it's good to fill as much as you can because things like to shift around. So when it's as full as possible, at least it's not getting all over the place. So, speaking of storage, we got another one down here. This is my section. Shirts, pants, some of Kim's clothing overflowing into my section, which is typical. And then up top here, as you can see, it's very small. I hit on everything. Up top here we got jackets, more warm clothing, stuff like that. And then a lot of kind of Kim's makeup and toiletry stuff. And then here's some books, and then more storage back here. And then we'll take you into the back, which is Kim's area.
Alright, so this is where my closet is. This is where we have our shoes and then some camping gear over here. And then this one folds up, and this is where I have part of my clothing, and then it's scattered all over the van basically. We use this just as for a normal mattress It's a little bit big, but it works just to protect it and for hygiene. So you can wash it, and then we have a really thin blanket right now because it's really hot in Joshua Tree. But usually you have a big comforter, like a ginormous one. It's like a cloud and it fills the entire van, which is awesome because we're never cold. Yeah, that's my part. So one of our favorite features of our van is our pop top, and it basically works like this. It is connected with buttons that you have to undo. This is what happens when you don't undo it. It rips and you have to sew it back on. And then it has these, what are they called?
I don't really know. Handles of some sort.
Yeah. And then we attach these handles on top to be able to push it up. And you need a lot of manpower for that because it's quite heavy. Yeah, and then this is what it looks like. And you can dance and you can have all kind of things. And we even had my brother come visit, and he slept up here. It has like a, well, right now there's storage up there again, but it has a wooden board that kind of comes out.
Yeah, it goes to like here.
Which extends the sleeping space. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty roomy in there. And then usually also those come down, but ours unfortunately are broken, so if we do that we'll never get it back. So we haven't been able to do that. One day we'll invest in new ones. But yeah, that's pretty cool. And then also when you cook, it just makes it easier because you can stand, and it's just so much more comfortable. So before we tell you the story of why we ended up in the van, we decided to make some tea because it's gonna take a minute. And also to show you how cool our van is. Tea time! Alright, so let us tell you how and why we ended up in the van. We were both traveling through Southeast Asia for a half a year, and I'm originally from Germany, he's from the States, and we were finally ready to move together and start our life. And so we were trying to figure out what we want to do, where we want to live, and then we were like, why not just move in a van, drive around, explore the areas, and spend some time together. And that's how it started.
Yeah, we were in Thailand in some like cheap hostel, and that's when the idea came about. Like, well, why don't we just get a van? Because the choices were really an apartment in San Francisco, which would cost probably like $3,000, or Rusty, which at the time was $6,000. So like 2 months of rent, we could already have the van and be very free. So we were in this hostel, and we were like, okay, let's do it. And we
found it.
Yeah, we found
on
it.
Craigslist.
Yeah. And we wrote the guy and told him, you know, oh, this seems like it's meant to be for us. And he's like, okay, I'll hold it for you. So we got back to the States and went to Ojai, California, which is near LA, and picked it up.
Yeah. And also when we bought the van, which explains the name, it was white and totally rusted. And so we just ended up calling it Rusty. And originally when we were dreaming in Thailand about our van life, we were like, oh, this is going to be Mr. Lewis and it's going to be perfect. And then we ended up coloring, like painting him, changing it. That was
a process.
Don't do that by yourself. I mean, we honestly originally just wanted to get rid of the rust spots, but then we ended up doing the entire van.
Yeah.
And it took us like a long time.
A month maybe.
Did it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. But so yeah, he never still became Mr. Lewis because he just always remained Rusty. It's just Rusty. So yeah, that's the story of that. And yeah, how we make our money or how we live. We just both been doing a lot of freelancing. And to be completely honest, we never figured out how to make money on the road. We've just been doing random jobs here and there, and actually for the last years Nash has been working in San Francisco, so we've been living in a van,
In the city.
just in the city, which is not the same when you don't have a bathroom and when you don't have a shower. It's kind of hard, but we just had memberships in gyms, and we were quite close to cafes where we worked out of, and yeah, that's kind of how we've been making it work. And it's been great because you have no costs like rent, so it's easy to manage your money, and you don't have any fixed, what's it called?
Expenses.
Yeah. And yeah.
Well, I hope you enjoyed our tour. And
Bye. I don't know.